Hi, and welcome to Geno's Week 13 preview. I hope you're watching these because they give you good leads and tell you all you need to know. Let's cover the three topics that really matter this week. 1, Chip Kelly is rumored to be going to the Titans. Rumored. Please. Look, you can waste your money on the Eagles moving forward this season, but at this point, the only thing worse than putting your money on teams that you know are bad is putting them on teams that you have no idea what they are, and that, my friends, is the Eagles under Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly came into the season with an offense that had more movable parts than Caitlyn Jenner, and now the only thing the offense looks to be moving is Chip Kelly out of town. Now, yes, the fact that Clay Helton was named the permanent head coach of USC, and deservedly so, makes me believe Kelly was never going to go there, whether Pat Hayden and the Trojan Brash ever talked to him or not. You know why? Because he wants to go back to Marcus Mariota in Tennessee, and why wouldn't you? You can leave all the scrutiny of an Eagles team with its high playoff expectations and the scathing Philly media to go to Mariota in Tennessee, where the team can only go up, and a media market where the meanest thing they'll ever say to you is that you put stevia in your sweet tea. Stop it. If it looks like an Oregon Duck and talks like an Oregon Duck, the Eagles are not getting my money the rest of the season. All right. What did I tell you last night about Monday night? The Ravens, the football pick. Ravens and their players were going to step up because they respected the players they were replacing. Never was it more evident than the way Matt Schaub and Buck Allen, it's not Javorius now, came in and filled in for Justin Forsett and that kid Joe Flacco, however the hell you say it. And you know who else made a huge step forward? Austin Davis, because he was filling in for Josh McCown, who he said would play terribly. And in case you didn't know, here's a little fact. Austin Davis is Old English for not Johnny Manziel, because he has no heart. And that game was only close because Austin Davis stepped up big to replace the man he stepped in for, which is why you have to realize that will go on down the stretch. Never underestimate the power of loyalty, which is why I'm loving the Seahawks down the stretch. And yes, the Patriots, because that team is tight. All right? And one more thing to look at that we told you, Brock Osweiler. Look, I know we've said this 18 different ways, that Brock Osweiler has been perfectly groomed to be the next Broncos franchise QB. And we pretty much chapter and verse told you how Denver would cover this past Sunday night, with the exception of Bill Belichick grabbing Tom Coughlin's play calling handbook with the time management at the end. But they could have stayed 6-2. Like they could not have started 6-2 without Manning. Brock couldn't have done that. But now, let me tell you something. The number isn't 6-2. It's 6'7" Brock Osweiler, who's strong-armed, healthy for the stretch in the winter when you need two things: a running game and fingers in your throwing arm that you can feel in the cold weather. And if you don't believe me about Brock Osweiler, don't go to some fancy pay site or some NFL expert. Ask anyone in your fantasy league who owns C.J. Anderson, because this first-round bust suddenly is averaging 6.37 yards a carry with Osweiler under center, okay? And I'm trying to think who said at the end of the season the only way Manning holds up the Lombardi Trophy in February is if he's holding a clipboard in January. And despite what Joe just yelled, it wasn't Cousin Sal on ESPN. It's this guy. Those are my leans. Pay attention. Make money this week.